Are we doing this, Matt? We are doing this. Welcome to game 25 for the 21-3 Ames Little Cyclones JV1. Sorry, game 24. They are 20-3. I actually told my son that the other night at dinner as Graydon Bancroft throws a strike, and his eyes got big. I don't think he's ever been on a 20-win baseball team before. So, congratulations to these guys. Final week of the season, final home game to boot. Graydon Bancroft on the mound here for the JV1. Bancroft had the epic 12 strikeout outing to start the season. Haven't seen as much action from him. Ball outside there. Talking to Coach Metcalf, he said he's never coached a team where he wakes up in the morning and feels so bad for players he can't play because they're all so good top to bottom. There is a strikeout by Bancroft. Nice job by the leadoff batter from Ottumwa there. Running off the field. Good energy, good attitude by him, but Bancroft with the strikeout. That is number 23 on the season. So a little bit of drama here today for Bancroft. With strikeout 23, should he record 8 more, he'll take the lead from Abram Lee. Abram Lee with 30 on the season. Let's meet your defense. On the mound, the aforementioned Greyhound, Graydon Bancroft. Ball inside there, catching Mr. Broden Gray. First base, Grant Phillips. Second base, Wyatt Hannipol. Third base, Abram Lee. Shortstop, Colton Hibbing. Left field, Chris Williams. Center field, the track star, Elijah Deerdorf. And right field, Lucas Dressler. Two balls, one strike, one out. Top of the first. There is a chopper right back to Bancroft. He will lob it to first, and quick 2 outs for Bancroft as we get ready for batter number 3 here. Ottumwa, the opponent today. It's a long drive. A lot of wind on the center field camera right now, sorry. Take a look at the side view here as Bancroft throws a strike I thought was outside, but so did Seth. When they go across the opposite batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bancroft comes into today having pitched the 4th most innings on the team, 13 in fact. Ball low and away. Bancroft 267 pitches this year with 74 or more. He'll take the lead in that category. That ball way behind the batter, and he will walk. Just the 13th walk Bancroft has given up this year. Mentioned it earlier, 22 strikeouts coming into today. Bancroft already has 1. He's chasing Hannipol with 24, Dressler with 25, Abram Lee with 30. ball high. Joined in the press box now by my favorite 8-year-old, Crew Hibbing. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Is it just me, or do you smell like sunscreen?
I smell like sunscreen, yeah.
Joined by Crew Hibbing and a distinct sunscreen aroma. Way to be safe.
We are not dying from skin cancer around here. 2 balls, no strikes. In case you're like Mike Phillips watching this from his 72-degree climate-controlled office, the heat index right now, 93. We going to avoid the rain today, Matt? Oh, yes. There's a chopper. Bancroft backhands it, and would have been a beautiful play. Overthrows first base instead. Nice backup there by Dressler. And Ottumwa will have runners on second and third with 2 outs. Metcalf calls out from the dugout. Take a deep breath. Let's go. A little bit of a spattering of rain in the forecast for tonight, 9 p.m. Could interfere with the varsity game. Unlikely. That ball past the batter again, and run will score from third. So Ottumwa on the board. Still 2 balls, no strikes to batter number 5. Bancroft was given an error on that last play on the overthrow. Hitting an error. Okay. Got it. Okay, so officially a hit for the batter. Ball high. Just a stitch inside. Fielding-wise, for the Little Cyclones, amongst those who've had 36 opportunities or more, Bancroft the only one without an error. A little bit of a jaded statistic given he plays first base. Your top fielder with the fewest errors, who doesn't play catcher or pitcher. I'm sorry, catcher or first base. Wyatt Hannipel. Only committed an error 4% of the time. Again, Hannipel at second base right now. So the walk administered to batter number 5, second one of the day by Bancroft. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, Bancroft hit the batter. He's too busy looking up fielding stats. Groden Bray with the throwdown from catcher. Just a little bit late. Runner does steal there. So Ottumwa with runners on second and third, 2 outs. Been stuck at 2 outs here for a while. Beautiful. Best pitch of the day for Bancroft. Wicked curveball, Seth. Wicked curveball.
I don't know. It's more east and west movement there than north and south. I don't know.
Jessica and I were talking about this. Like, we don't know enough about baseball. Like, is a curve always going to go east to west, or can it also go north to south?
I don't know enough to answer that question either.
Isn't a sinker north to south? I know it's a fouled off pitch there. Mariano Rivera, wasn't that his thing? Is he could basically throw like a reverse curve where it was coming at you from like out to in? Is that a good way of describing it though? Out to in? Uh-huh. But so would you say a curve though is sideways, or can a curve be up and down too? Slurves, curves, sliders. Okay. Okay. I was always told not to throw junk until you're 16, and it seems like all these guys are taught how to do it at age 12. Broden Gray gets under it, and Gray can't quite squeeze it. Bancroft doesn't know what happened. So Gray caught it for a half second and then let it out of the glove. So a second run for Ottumwa scores. We'll do it again.
9.
She's a beauty, that number 9. That's what they used to say on Sports Center. Speaking of Sports Center, Matt, how many games have you done this year?
I'd have to go back. I don't know.
I mean, if we look at the overall records of these teams, varsity is 16 and 17. That's 33. JV1 20 and 3. Crew, what's 20 plus 3?
Oh.
23.
So easy.
So 56 games. Who's the most famous defensive end in the history of football that wore number 56? Lawrence Taylor. Seth Dorn is correct. So, Matt, if you've been to, let's just say, 3/4, it's going to be a play at third there. So a passed ball there, scores the runner from third. The relay from Gray at catcher to Bancroft is late. Bancroft throws down to Lee. It's a little bit off course. Runner then that was at first advancing to second also advances to third. And we'll have a meeting at the mound here as Ames looks very rusty to start. So if there's been 56 total games, we're going to say that Matt Burrell has been to 3/4 or 2/3.
Very low percentage of varsity games, very high percentage of JV1 games. So, however that...
I'm going to say 40. 40 games this year. Every game averages 2.5 hours. 40 times 2.5 is 100. Matt, you've devoted 100 hours of filming Ames High baseball this spring. How do you feel?
Feel pretty good about my PTO consumption.
And that's not even factoring drive time. Number 9 takes out the 9 iron there. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Top of the first. Ottumwa leads 3-0 against the 20-3 Ames Little Cyclones. There's a well-hit ball. That's going to be trouble. Colton Hibbing gets under it and catches it in deep short to get Ames out of the inning. And we will go to the bottom of the first on a very windy Wednesday morning. Here we go, bottom of the first. Lucas Dressler. Matt, do you think Lucas is embarrassed when I call him the band director's kid?
I think he's very proud of that. Sure.
He should be. Chopper to third. Nice play by the third baseman. Arguably better play by the first baseman. And Dressler is down. Next up, number 25, Abram Lee. So Abram Lee, your batter, steps into the box batting .412 this year. Strike on the outside part of the plate. There is a ball. On deck, Chris Williams. Strike on the high outside part of the plate there. Lee, one of the team leaders with fewest strikeouts, only 4 strikeouts in 23 games this year. Obviously, you don't want to jinx him, but just did. Sorry, Abram. Matt, you're disappointed in me. Why? I'm disappointed in myself too. Now batting number 7, Chris Williams. So Chris Williams steps into the box. Williams batting .500 this season. That is third best on the team amongst those who've played at least 14 games. His on-base percentage is just ridiculous. Matt, if I told you that Chris Williams' on-base percent was .750, what would the fractional on base be for that?
Close to 3/4.
Not only are you correct, you're exactly correct. 3 out of 4 times in the box, this guy gets on base. He's had 44 plate appearances. Matt, what's 75% of 44? He's drinking water right now, as he should be. 33 out of 44 plate appearances he's gotten on base this year. Matt Burrell has brought not 1 but 2 water bottles today. It is that hot and humid, even in the press box.
The baby pink one is not mine.
Oh, this just in, the baby pink water bottle does not belong to Matt. Shockingly, his freshman daughter is who that belongs to. Chris Williams, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Looks at one low. There he goes again. Gets that on-base percent up over 750. What's so impressive about Chris's season is he's barely number 1 on the team in walks. Burrell has been walked 11 times. Now batting, Graydon Bancroft. Burrell been walked 11 times. Williams 12 coming in today. That's going to be number 13. Look for Williams to steal. He likes to do so. Team leader in stolen bases by a factor of 10, and he'll go again. Throw well off target. That's stolen base number 25 for Chris Williams. He literally has more stolen bases than games played this season. Just to put it in perspective how impressive a base runner he is, 25 stolen bases, next best on the team, Dexter Erdman, Wyatt Hannibal with 14. Williams in scoring position. Only 19 runs this year. A somewhat shocking statistic as Bancroft fouls that one off. Your team leader in runs, Matt, we're going to play a game. Rank this from 1 to 10 in shock factor. Number 3, most runs on the team, Chris Williams, 19. Number 2, Elijah Deerdorf at 20. Number 1, Dexter Erdman with 22.
That's good for Dex. Yeah, maybe that's not what I would have guessed, but that's good.
He is a talented little bugger, that Dexter Erdman. Bancroft, nice job there fighting off what looked like a real good curveball. Bancroft has really improved this year at his ability to hit the curve. That one just misses for what looks to be a pretty talented Omaha pitcher. Brent Hannipol, winner workout coach, yells out from the bleachers, let's go 1-4. Bancroft skies one to right. That is trailing. That'll land in the crevice of the warning track and the fence. And Bancroft is aboard with a stand-up double. That'll score Chris Williams. And for Graydon Bancroft, he breaks a 3-way tie with Burrell and Abram Lee for most RBIs on the team. Number 15 there leads all players. Now batting number 13, Wyatt Hannipol. Bancroft also goes into a tie with Hannipol, who's at the plate here for most doubles on the season. That is Bancroft's 4th. Is that Dexter pinch running? So that's how he does it there, Matt Burrell. Dexter Erdman into pinch run for Bancroft at second. Little relief for the pitcher. Hannipol fouls that one off. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Little Cyclones in unfamiliar territory, trailing 3-1. And Hannipol's going to put it in close to the same spot as Bancroft did. This time it lands foul, though. Again, very windy today, 15 to 20 mile an hour gusts moving left to right. Depending on the camera angle you're looking at, because Matt Burrell has so many camera angles, it would be better described as moving west to east or from third base to first base. So Hannipol with 2 strikes on him. His dad yells out from the stands, got a battle here. Going to hit one up the middle, charged by the shortstop, and a nice play by the shortstop to get Hannipol out. And we will go to the second. Little Cyclones get one back, still trail 3-1. Okay, here we go. Top of 2. Little Cyclones trail 3-1. Bancroft still on the bump on what is a very, very, very hot Wednesday morning. The start of the second half of 2026. Ball low there. So JV1 20-3. JV2 with a winning record 15-10. There is a well hit ball to Hibbing. He's looking for out number 2 on the day and gets it. So far, Bancroft with 2 outs and Hibbing with 2 outs. Looking at your stat leaders in JV2, amongst those who've played 9 games or more, Cole Till, the new belt wearer, 455 as a ground ball to JV1's top defenseman, Wyatt Hannipol. Gets out number 2, so Bancroft back-to-back innings with the first 2 guys out. That was batters 8 and 9 in the lineup, as Ottumwa is back to the start of theirs. This batter for Ottumwa, this is top of the order, right, Seth? He struck out his first at bat. Bancroft's only strikeout of the day so far. We'll come back to JV2 stats here in a bit. Let's take a quick peek at the stats on first 2 outs. As a hit up the middle is secured for batter number 1 on Ottumwa. Bancroft for the second straight inning denied a 1-2-3 inning. So again, Seth Dorn sits up here in the press box with Matt every day and me some days and records all these stats to give the coaches the best information they need to get themselves a 20-3 record. They pretty much couldn't be 20-3 if it wasn't for Seth. Pretty much. Seth just said he doesn't even think they use ours. So twice this year, Wyatt Hannipol, 9 times this year, as we got a throwdown from Gray. Leadoff batter. Steals first, close play. Gray with some good throwdowns there. So there's a stat kept on the how many times the pitchers get the first 2 outs. Hannipol's done it 9 times this year. Abram Lee's done it 7 times. For Bancroft coming into today, he'd done it twice. Make that now 3 and 4. That's going to get over shortstop's head. Chris Williams comes in, tries to barehand it, not able to as the ball was tailing away. And Ottumwa, for the 4th time today, gets a run home with 2 outs. Strike percentage-wise, amongst those who have thrown at least 15 innings, Hannipol, your leader. There is a floater right at Deerdorf. And we will go to the bottom of the second. 4-1 your total. Everybody talks right there. I would say no.
I saw that when I was going in.
Now batting number 12, the catcher, Broden Gray. So, Broden Gray, your only home run hitter all season. I'm a little surprised by that. Oh, Abram Lee had one? Did Abram Lee put one over the fence?
Fort Dodge.
In Fort Dodge.
This week, earlier this week, whatever day that was, Monday.
Okay. Well, congrats, Abram. Didn't know that. Good for him. Broden Gray looks at one outside there. These guys are going to be fun to watch. These next few years, the incoming class of 2030 ain't too bad either. Zayden Lunsfoot, Connor Suley, Anderson Phillips, Tommy Pearl, Ben Schill, Maddox Benz. Coach Steenhagen will have himself a lot of options. Well, Matt, you know what they say, the best pitchers in baseball are sometimes the scariest. This guy has a ton of movement.
So a bit unpredictable, yes. Keep him guessing.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, and that is outside. Good job by Gray holding off. Next up, number 8, Elijah Deerdorf. So Broden Gray will get some relief from the sun and its UV rays. In with no regard to skin cancer or any problems like that. The always sunscreen, Cale Dorn. Elijah Deerdorf, your batter. Deerdorf takes the first pitch deep to center. That ball is trailing. Now we're going to have a situation here where Deerdorf, boy, that would have been an easy triple. Would have been an easy triple for Deerdorf, except that he had a runner in front of him. That's not saying Dorn is slow. Nobody would have got further than third like Dorn did, but had Deerdorf had the bases cleared, he would have wound up on third. Nice double, and Ames is in business here. Now batting number 11, first baseman Grant Phillips. So Phillips represents the tying run for the Little Cyclones. That ball is going to get past the catcher. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, Cale Dorn will score. For Dorn, that is run number 15 this season. Everybody chasing Dexter Erdman. Did Dexter score earlier for Chris Williams? I think he did. Yeah, because he came in to run for Williams. That silly boy got another run. who scored our first run?
Chris Williams.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, duh. Why would anybody pinch run for Chris? Okay. So let's do a quick reset. Bottomless 2, Ottumwa pitcher starting to show some mortality here. 3 balls, 1 strike to Grant Phillips. And that ball's outside. He will now walk. Now batting number 10, Colton Hibbing. Yes. We have some input here from crew in the press box.
Eli, he should lead off a lot far, and then if the pitcher throws it to the third baseman, he should steal home.
It's not a bad idea because Elijah is so fast he could probably do that.
Yeah.
We have to be careful though because crew has been watching a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 recently,
No,
and
I only watched it last night.
so he does manifest certain things happening to really fast people and things. Ball low and away there. 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, the teeny tiny hidden advantage here to having some success at the plate is the fact that it wears out the pitcher more on a hot and sticky day like today. That ball pretty far outside. Called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hibbing. Phillips on first. Deerdorf on second. Swing and a miss there by Hibbing. 86 degrees. Feels like 94 right now. Correct. Nobody on second right now. And Hibbing down on strikes. Now batting, Odin Morkin. So Morkin, out of everybody who has batted, who has played 17 games or more, Morkin is the top batting average on the team. 545 this season. Great job by Odin. Phillips is going to steal second, which will open up the door for some RBIs here. Again, team leader in RBIs, Graydon Bancroft with 15. Strike inside there, probably the right one. Morkin with 12, so a home run here would put Morkin in a tie with Bancroft for most RBIs this season. No balls, 2 strikes. That one hits Morkin in the shoulder as he was trying to get out of the way, so that top batting average on the team will be secured even longer. Now batting number 20, Lucas Dressler. Dressler grounded out his first at-bat. Runners on first, second, and third. Morkin, Phillips, Deerdorf, respectively. Dressler, 8 RBIs this season. Hits one hard at the second baseman. There'll be a play at first only. So Dressler will ground out for the second time but get an RBI as Ames trims the lead to 4-2. Now batting number 25, Abram Lee. So a fun fact for you as the one train a month passes by. Abram Lee and Colton Hibbing came into today with just 4 strikeouts. and both unfortunately suffered that fate their first at-bat. So good job by the Ottumwa pitcher. Abram Lee with 14 RBIs this season. If he could score Phillips and Morgan, that would give him the lead, leapfrogging Bancroft. Strike inside. Ames has trimmed the lead to 4-3, by the way. Chris Williams on deck. Your over 750 on base fella. Swing and a miss from Lee as he's retired. And we'll go to the third. Okay, here we go. Top of the third. Matt Burrell and I were just admiring our work from Saturday. 156 people, all-time record, viewed the game for the Little Cyclones when they played the number one team in the state, Sioux City East. Or as my brother-in-law, when I told him that, said, that's just one boy rewatching his best at bat from 10 different devices.
That's entirely possible.
15 boys watched the game from 10 different devices. That's what 156 views mean.
We don't make the metrics. We're just reporting what they are.
It was infallibly the most viewers that we've had for one game ever streamed on YouTube by Tim and Matt. As it should be.
Have you checked that? Have you fact-checked that?
Well, I'll do you one better. Abram Lee catches a ground out there. Line out, rather. Nice job by him. And nice job by Bancroft. Well, and to your point, Matt, I've looked at it this year.
Okay.
I don't think we've had more than 156 this year. In fact, yeah, they've been high 90s.
134 at Roosevelt.
That's a new. I mean, I can understand our highest viewership being the game against the number one team, Sioux City East, but 136 versus. I mean, Roosevelt's not bad this year.
No, and I think that was here, right? And I think they had some fans watching it also.
There you go. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, top of the third. Ames leads 4-3.
226 on the marathon game.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's encouraging. Matt and I need to get these to 10,000 views so we can send our kids to college. That's what's really going on here. We need some YouTube.
Freshman football numbers.
Okay. Yeah, America loves football.
Yeah.
350 are most watched on football.
Yeah. Yes.
I was at the home computer the other night. There's a hard hit ball to Hibbing. He scoops it. Nice pitch to Phillips. And Hibbing with his third defensive out of the game. And Bancroft, what the heck is going on? All 3 innings here. He has retired the first 2 batters. And still somehow Ottumwa has 4 runs. Good job by Graydon getting that metric up. No change to the defense here. Good looking pitch from Bancroft, as affirmed by Luke Deerdorf in the stands below us. Broden Gray, your catcher, or as I will call him once a game, Groden Bray. Prant Grillups at first. White Hannibal at second, Abram Lee at third, Colton Hibbing at short. Chris Williams squatting in left. Just warming up those legs. He'll be your leadoff batter in the bottom of the third. Elijah Deerdorf in center. Boy, Elijah Deerdorf in center is like a warm blanket on a cold day, isn't he?
He's really effective out there, yep.
Lucas Dressler in right. The band director's kid. Final JV1 game at Ames Stadium this year. Right as the temperatures get warm and the rain ceases and the grass gets browner, we get out of here. Nice frame attempt there by Gray to no avail. Batter number 5 for Ottumwa is on for the second time in as many as bats. Got hit by pitch earlier. This will bring up batter number 6 for Ottumwa. He has one of their 3 hits today. So Ames High varsity, unfortunately, got the 4 seed for the playoffs. 48 teams in Class 4A. You divide those teams into 8 pods of 6. Classic tournament style, where 1 hosts 6, 2 hosts 5, 3 hosts 4. But then unusually, the highest seeded team to win round 1 gets a round 2 bye. Did you know that, Matt?
I did not.
So I think we were talking over the weekend that teams 1 and 2 got a first round bye, and then if you got the 3 or 4 seed, you would host. What happens, in fact, is that everybody plays round 1, and then the highest seeded advancing team gets a round 2 bye. So theoretically, what they're trying to do is get the top 8 teams into the state tournament. So they give them a cupcake first game, and then all they got to do is win 1 more, and then poof, they're in the tournament. I don't mind it. It's kind of fun, but unfortunately we don't get to host, and we have to drive all the way to Mason City on Friday night, July 10.
As well as tomorrow.
As well as tomorrow, if you're an all-star parent like Matt Burrell. Me, on the other hand, I am a slacker and will be just following Seth's work on Game Changer. First mound visit of the year. Of the game. I've never seen Evan Jorgensen go out there this year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were headed with that. You said first mound visit of the year.
Well, first I flubbed it up, and I almost said bound visit because I was thinking about the stats on bound that rank all the teams. But then I switched the M out with the V out with a V, and realized that the word vound is not a word, and corrected myself finally to say mound.
Well, it should be.
Yes.
It should definitely be.
But Evan Jorgensen, Ames High alum, out there to talk with Bancroft. Great job by him and Coach Metcalf coaching these boys to a 20-3 record. That is not just talent. That is culture and timely positioned pep talks and tweaks.
First pitch strike after a mound visit every time.
Every time. Law of Tim and Matt. Oh my golly! Evan Jorgensen should not visit the mound anymore. Back to Metcalf visiting the mound. So Ottumwa runners on first and second. There's a nice strike from Bancroft. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Again, Ottumwa, the storyline of this game is all 4 of their runs have been scored with 2 outs. Bancroft going for the kill. 2 strikes on the batter. He's already got 1 today. Doesn't have a strikeout since the first inning. Again, started off the season with 12 in 1 game. Hasn't seen as much action. Hoping for number 24 here, and he gets it. Nice job by Bancroft. And Ames sends them packing with no runs for the first time this game. We'll take a break, come back at you, bottom of 3. Okay, I had to do everything inside me to not announce over the PA that he has a ridiculous on-base percent, but this is Chris Williams up over 750, just to put it in perspective, next most out of batters that have played more than 17 games. Odin Morgan, 652. Williams about 100 points ahead. 2 strikes on him, though, right now. He did walk earlier. He's going to put that one in play. Now, he's a speedster. Shortstop fumbles it. Williams is going to get aboard. He is so fast. It's going to go down as an error, which won't help the batting average, but it does help the on-base percent. That's how he does it, folks. Now batting number 14, Graydon Bancroft. So good job by Chris there. Gets aboard for the second time today. This is Bancroft, one of 2 doubles today. Both by former Storm travel ball players. As Williams says, don't even try to throw me out. I'll take second whenever I feel like it. I thought it was a strike. In case you are wondering, Ames has been caught stealing what I think is a surprising 12 times this year. Bancroft hits one through the gap. And Metcalf says, go ahead and go home. Williams complaining about some sort of injury there. Next up, Wyatt Hannipol. Bancroft 2 for 2 on the day. He'll get Dexter Erdman in to run for him. We'll need to go down to our sideline reporter, Gwen Burrell, to see what the injury is to Chris Williams there. Hannibal grounded out his first at bat. That ball low. That ball way inside. Forces Hannibal out of the batter's box. And the go-ahead run is at third base. Dexter Erdman over to third. Always fun for these batters when they got a runner on third. Hit to the outfield, caught, runner can tag up, and doesn't go against their batting average. Okay. I can, we just, okay. Okay. Yeah, for Williams. So Isaiah Lee just came up to the press box and said that Chris Williams is hurt badly enough that we need the trainer. As Hannipol will walk. And that'll bring up Broden Gray. And we're going to have a quick timeout by the pitcher and the coach. So we have some movement down here. Hannipol running to the dugout. Gwen Burrell checking on Chris Williams. Isaiah Lee running to the press box. I'm sorry, running to the concession stand. We're not quite sure what's the matter with Chris Williams.
He's going to the dugout.
Okay, that's a good call. Our eyes in the sky here, Crew Hibbing just said that Dr. Sarah Bancroft, who was on site, she's going to go to the dugout, so that's good. He's in good hands with the Bancrofts.
Dad, you could use the music, and I could do that if you want. Okay.
Now batting, catcher, number 12, Broden Gray. So Hannipol walks, and Broden Gray walked his first time. No change to the pitcher. Still nobody out. They will check up on Hannipol over there at first. Hannipol, second most stolen bases on the team with 14. He will go. Ottumwa will fake the throw down. Dexter Erdman not fooled. Erdman has not been caught stealing all year. Our eyes in the sky, Crew Hibbing are taking off. Some lovely lady is yanking him out of here, so goodbye to Crew. Now me and Seth will have to do the music all by ourselves. Swing and a miss there for Gray. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the fourth, tie game 4-4. Ames, Iowa, Wednesday, July 1, 2026. Another swing and a miss there. Boy, you want to complain about it being hot, but then there's just all those April and May games where you can't even take certain bats to the plate. You're afraid they'll crack. Nice to have things oiled up and ready to go. Gray fouls that one off. On deck, Elijah Deerdorf. Ball just misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that ball, again, me and Seth thought I was outside, maybe even high this time. Called a strike. Ump's been consistent today. Now batting number 8, Elijah Deerdorf. So Gray down on strikes there. 4th strikeout for the Little Cyclones today. Big swing and a miss there. Deerdorf with a double earlier today. That was his 2nd double on the season. Looks at a strike there. Deerdorf, one of 3 with a triple this year. No surprise. You've heard me say before, Matt Burrell can do a little bit of everything. He just checked on Isaiah Lee. What's the medical report, Doc?
I'm just trying to get people there that can help. I can't help you out there.
So you heard it here first. Chris Williams' life was saved by Matt Burrell. Nice play by the Ottumwa shortstop to get Deerdorf out on a grounder there, but not before Deerdorf drives in the go-ahead run of Dexter Erdman. Ames leads 5-4. Now batting number 11, Grant Phillips. For Deerdorf, RBI 11 on the season. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ames has scored in every inning. It's a wicked, wicked pitch there from Ottumwa. Matt, did you hear the JV2 beat Fort Dodge 28-0?
That's a new record for the season, I think.
In football. No, I'm just joking. It was baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, that I didn't even try to comprehend that box score. Ball outside there. Phillips pass ball there. It's going to bring home Wyatt Hannipel. I was just about to say Phillips with 8 RBIs. He will not have one. Now batting number 10, Colton Hibbing. So Ames extends the lead to 6-4. They have progressively scored 1 run more each inning than the inning before. 2 outs here for Colton Hibbing. Grant Phillips on first. Ball high and inside there to the Hibster with 3 defensive outs today. Leads all defenders. Fouls that one off. Colton likes to golf with Dexter and Finn. Matt, on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you that golfing is affecting their baseball swing?
1.
Good. That's nice to hear. Colton swears it does not affect his swing. I believe him.
We got some feedback from a trusted industry professional that baseball really screws up golfers, but golfing doesn't really screw up baseball players. So I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but that's what we're going with.
And as Luke Deerdorf says, they got to have fun. So if that's the worst that happens, good for it. So Hibbing's going to bloop that, and that'll get to the shortstop deep, and that'll be out number 3. And we will go to the 4th. Ames leads 6-4. All right, here we go. Top of the 4th. The run totals are headed in the right direction. Ottumwa has scored fewer and fewer each inning. After a 3-run first, 1 run second, no runs in the 3rd. Ames has done the total opposite. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the 3rd. Almost looks like a Connect 4 out there. Leads 6-4. Good looking pitch from Bancroft to no avail. Let's talk some varsity baseball. 16 and 17. Hoping to go above 500 tonight. Among those who have played at least 33 games, Jackson Kepley, your team leader in batting average, .471. No surprise there. Amongst those who've played at least 11 games. On base leader, Jackson Meese, .577. 3 balls, 1 strike for Bancroft. There is a grounder to our top. Throw offline from Hannipol to Phillips. Not fielded by Phillips, and the leadoff batter for Ottumwa is aboard with an error. Now, either this is the leadoff batter or another guy with a 25. Okay, I just stopped keeping track last time, so we'll go to the box score here. Leadoff batter for Ottumwa. He is 1 for 2 today. And a balk called on Bancroft. Seth, tell us what you saw there.
he didn't pause on the delivery. The previous pitch he had sat and wait for a long time, but on that one he just went and threw.
So Bancroft playing some games there with the base runner from Ottumwa. Rears back, throws a strike. This batter, still in the leadoff batter here. 1 for 2 with a run. Bancroft 2 strikes. First inning, Bancroft hasn't got the first 2 outs out. Almost could have. Bancroft calls time. Wants to talk with Broden Gray about his MyChart app. Cholesterol's looking good. So, Seth, the human box score, Doran, up here in the press box with us, points out that Bancroft and Gray are likely talking about how to change their signs because the runner on second has a good angle to see what Gray is calling, much like you, the viewer, does when Matt Burrell puts the camera down the middle like he does. I just love that batter on 25, that batter for Ottumwa. He grabs the barrel of the bat and runs back to the dugout even after a strikeout. They say that's how you're supposed to do it. That psychologically it helps you to grab the barrel of the bat versus the handle, run if you can, look back at the pitcher if you want, never drag it on the ground and hang your head. Softball players do a great job of it. You don't see it as much in the baseball world. Good job by him. So this is batter number 7, batting in the number 2 spot for Ottumwa. He is 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Ottumwa only 3 hits today. Nice job by Bancroft. Bancroft, 77 pitches today, 38 strikes, almost exactly 50% strikes. You always want to be between about 50 and 70. Under 50 and you're walking them, over 70 and that just means that they're hitting it all over the park. Batter number 3 here for Ottumwa. 0 for 1 today with a walk. Bancroft just hit the batter there, so he is awarded first. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Ten outs so far today. 4 strikeouts from Bancroft. 4 outs from Bancroft. 3 by strikeout. 3 defensive outs for Hibbing at shortstop. 1 by Hannipol at second. 1 by Deerdorf and center. 1 by Abram Lee at third. Matt Burrell, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for NBA free agency starting today?
Ooh. -8.
That was not an option on a scale of 1 to 10.
Is there something less than 1?
No. Your point has been proven.
1. I'll take 1.
I'd take a 1, Alex.
Let's go with a 9. Would that make you feel better? If I said 9?
No, it's okay. It's okay. LeBron James might go play with Steph Curry. We'll see if that happens. And Bancroft is going to hit that batter as well. So bases full of, what's the Ottumwa mascot? Mohawks? No, it's Mason City.
Is it a bulldog?
Bulldogs.
Is that correct?
I kind of think bulldogs are cute. There's a strike from Bancroft.
Bulldogs is correct.
Good job, Matt. The Ottumwa Bulldogs. Ames High Spanish teacher Monica Martinez, a graduate from Ottumwa High School. And there is a high pop fly. They're going to rely on Deerdorf to storm in from center and get that just what the doctor ordered. Out number 2 for Deerdorf on the day, and out number 2 of the inning for Bancroft. Like a warm blanket on a cold day. Elijah Deerdorf in center field. Class 4A baseball. Let's take a look at how this playoffs could play out. Again, this JV1 very important in terms of a pipeline, backup, that type of thing. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There is a dribbler. That's going to be trouble, and it will mercifully roll foul. Some of the fans in the stands yell out, smart play there by Broden Gray to let that one roll foul. So Sioux City East, 35-2. That is just incredible. 37 games, they've only lost twice. One of those, Matt, we saw Saturday. They were leading 6-3 going into the 7th, and Valley put 4 on them.
Yeah, that was a great game to watch. Yeah. Good baseball.
So Sioux City East doing great. Fort Dodge, second most wins with 29. I think they lead the state in home runs. There's a grounder to Williams. I'm sorry, to Abram Lee. Lee can't quite field it, and the run will score, making it 6-5. Metcalf going to visit with Bancroft here. So as he does, your 10, we'll say 11 most wins in Iowa varsity baseball. Sioux City East with 35. Fort Dodge at 29. Lewis Central? Where are they at?
No idea.
Lewis Central with 26. Cedar Rapids Prairie with 26. Is that Cedar Rapids, though? It just says Prairie. Prairie Valley? They've also got 26. Indianola with 25. Mason City 25, Cedar Rapids Kennedy 24, Waukee 24, Pleasant Valley 23, go Spartans, that's where my wife's from, Urbandale with 23, and Abraham Lincoln Council Bluffs at 21, who we just handed the 9th loss of the season. Okay, so we're back here. Top of the fourth. Ottumwa trails 6-5. Tough spot for Dexter Erdman to come in and pitch for. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Of course, Bancroft would be in line for the win here if Erdman can bail him out. There's a beautiful pitch from Erdman. Both teams just 3 hits today. Good game. And there's a harmless chopper to Wyatt Hannipol, who is going to get the out. Nice job by Erdman. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Ames still leads 6-5. Shall we?
Yep.
Okay. Leading off for the Little Cyclones, number 17, Odin Morkin. So Odin Morkin, your team leader in batting average, .545. Don't care what division you're in. We'll take it. And what's really fun about Odin, through the end of May, he was batting .250. Through June 15th, .400. And then it was just recently here that his high water mark was .548 after the Dowling game. And then here at .545. So getting better as the season goes on. I got to help with Spring League for Saturday partakings, and Morkin seemed to just bring it every Saturday. And here he is leading the JV1 in batting average. So great job by him. Head in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. New pitcher for Ottumwa. Mike Phillips from the stands encourages Morgan to hustle down to first. Thoughts of extending that to second. Next up, number 20, Lucas Dressler. So Dressler, your batter, grounded out twice today, has number 20. A completely worthless fact for you, Matt. But batters 1 and 2 for the Little Cyclones have done the same thing in both their at-bats today.
Consistent.
It is not a good stat, though. We would hope that those fortunes would reverse a bit. Meanwhile, Odin Morgan is going to run on down to second. Storm in for a stolen base. For Morgan, that is stolen base 12 on the season. That's not nothing. In fact, that's good for 5th most on the team. And there will be a meeting at the mound. This is a little unusual to see a meeting on the mound with a new pitcher after 5 pitches that the entire team partakes in. So we were looking at this earlier here. Unfortunately, it took me too long to get to it. I got all 48 teams in front of me. Ames in a 4-way tie with 24 wins. Literally the top 24 teams get a 3 seed and get to host round 1 of the playoffs. Dallas Center Grimes had 16. Dubuque Senior had 16. As of the time that the seedings were put out there, Ames only had 15. So Ames loses just barely the opportunity to have a 3 seed. I mean, just one more win somewhere along the way. That North Polk game comes to my mind as maybe the one that got away. But one more win and we would have had a 3 seed. We'd be hosting somebody Friday, July 10. Instead, we're traveling an hour and a half north to Mason City. Ball outside there. Morgan will advance to third, looking for some insurance runs here with Dexter Erdman on the mound. Great job by Erdman coming in there, top of the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 outs, getting the out. So should Ames win as a 4 seed, Lucas Dressler walks. Next up, number 25, Abram Lee. And we're going to have another meeting on the mound here for Ottumwa. Oh, they're going to take him out. Okay. We'll play some music and come back to finish this discussion on Ames' playoff chances. Okay, Abram Lee, your batter here. Runners on the corner for the Little Cyclones, those being Odin Morkin and Lucas Dressler. Lee going to show bunt. Pulls back the bat. Lee having a good season. 2 strikeouts so far this game. Dressler advances to second there on the passed ball. There's a ball high. So if Ames can knock off Mason City in the playoffs Friday, July 10, they would have to play... Oh, there's a pass ball, and Morkin is going to score. He'll make it 7-5. Little insurance run there. Now the winner of the... Oh, that's right, because if the 1 seed wins, they wouldn't play, so then we would have to beat the 2 seed.
Play Fort Dodge if they win,
yep.
Or we would host Waterloo West if Waterloo West defeated Fort Dodge.
Say that again, Seth.
We would play Fort Dodge at Fort Dodge if the higher seed wins. If Waterloo West wins, then we would get to host that second round game.
Abram Lee walks, and we'll again have, who is this, Castleberry? Now batting Nolan Castleberry. But, so, if the 1, 2, 4 seeds win, which would be likely, and Fort Dodge is the 1 seed in our bracket, right? They would get the bye. Fort Dodge would. And so then we would play the winner of the 2-5 game, which...
The 1 seed lost and the 2 seed lost.
It'd be Christmas in July if the 1 seed and the 2 seed lost, and then we won as a 4 seed, because then we would get a second round bye. But if Fort Dodge takes care of business like they should, they'll get a second round bye, and we would play mathematically the 2 seed, which, do you know who that is? 2 seed in our division. There's a ball outside. Abram Lee advances to second.
I do think Fort Dodge is the 2 seed.
Well, the only team above them would be Sioux City East.
Oh, you're in a different sub-state. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm thinking sub-state.
Mine's my bad. I don't know.
Okay. Are you looking that up, Matt?
No.
Okay. There's a hard hit ball to third, and a nice play by the third baseman. Throws out Dressler at home. Fort Dodge has a solid infield, it seems.
Mason City. Or no, Ottumwa.
Ottumwa. Yes, we've been talking too many schools here. Thank you, though. Ottumwa, Bulldogs. Now batting number 6, Dexter Erdman. (7-5) still your score, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, Ames has scored in every single inning. They're going to check Castleberry. They're at first. All right, I'm going to look here at brackets. Maybe this has it. We're in Sub-State 2, I believe. No, it's 1A. Castleberry going to try to steal, and Castleberry is going to be thrown out. What'd you see there, Seth?
I don't think Lucas knew they were coming home with the last throw, and he didn't get a very good jump there.
So a couple of missed opportunities for the Little Cyclones. Okay, here we go. We've got the bracket. This is the official here. So Ames plays at Mason City. Still in the box, Dexter Erdman. And this is going to be Abram Lee scoring from third to make it 8-5. Important run there. Takes off some pressure from Erdman. And then there's 2 other games in our sub-state. Fort Dodge is hosting Waterloo West, and then Waukee is hosting Des Moines Lincoln. So if we beat Mason City, we would very likely play Waukee for a chance to play Fort Dodge, for a chance to play in-state. Ball outside there to Erdman. Puts the count at 2 balls, no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. forgive me, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. So then should Ames High win Friday night, July 10th at Mason City, that game against likely Waukee would be... There is a hit from Erdman through first and second. I think you're right. Now batting number 13, Wyatt Hannipol. I guess the thing that's confusing me here is...
It's weird because they don't do a first-round bye. So
right.
If they win this one, Waukee then gets a bye to the final and the sub-state.
Yeah, and I guess what's the thing that's tripping me up here is that... Oh. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. No, they're doing it anyway. Yeah, I guess what was confusing me there, Seth, is that Waukee has a worse record than Fort Dodge. They have 5 fewer wins and 1 more loss, but I think you're right. They're still the 1 seed. I don't know how that works. Strength of schedule? Okay. Okay. So I think Seth's right here. 1 seed.
At least I thought Waukee was the 1 seed.
You are correct. Waukee the 1 seed. So if Ames upsets Mason City, and in case you're wondering, Ames has 9 fewer wins and 9 more losses than Mason City. Should they upset them, they would play Monday night against likely Fort Dodge, and that winner would likely play Waukee, and that winner would for sure go to the state tournament. Ball outside there. Hannipol is going to walk. We are still in the bottom of the 4th. Little Cyclones lead 8-5. Now batting number 12, your catcher, Broden Gray. Ames High varsity with a doubleheader tonight. And then what the heck is happening Friday? Makeup games? Is that what the deal is?
Yeah. This week?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it just 1 or 2? A doubleheader versus Des Moines East on Friday. No varsity reserve. Okay. That's why I was so surprised they already set the sub-state, but if it's coaches' rankings, that makes sense. All right, back to action here. Bottom of 4, Ames leads 8-5. Broden Gray at the plate fouls that one off. You've got Grant Phillips at second. Graydon Bancroft at second. Wyatt Hannipol at first. Coach Metcalf must be good at cards. He's got number 14, 13, and 12 in play here. Ball in the dirt. Gray gets out of the way. And if you're looking at that 20-3 record the Little Cyclones have, you can point to the pitching, the depth of the pitching, as most teams run out of steam about this stage in the game. Bancroft will need to buy Erdman some dinner. Erdman came in there with bases loaded, 2 outs, and Erdman got the out, which is going to give Bancroft the win if we can hang on here. Most of these boys don't care about being bought dinner. They would just like some fish bait or a new tackle. In Bancroft's in Bancroft's case, he might appreciate dinner. There's a strikeout administered by Ottumwa. Gray down for the count, and we will go to the 5th. Play the top. See you in a bit. Well, here we go. Top of the 5th inning. Your score 8-5.
Don't pitch. We got something going on up there. Sorry, the batter was stepping in. I was like, don't pitch. I don't know what's going on, but we got something going on.
We have some drama with Abram Lee at third base. Thank you to Matt Burrell for getting here at 3 a.m. this morning to set up the cameras for your viewing pleasure. Just a ankle wrap, knee wrap, something like that. Dexter Erdman on the mound. Pitches a curveball so pretty, the batter ducks out of the way there.
Go right back to it. Of course, then you accidentally hit the guy, right?
All these boys, that's their crowning achievement when they can get the batter to duck out of the way. This batter here, number 9 for Ottumwa. Let's see what he has done today. 0 for 1 with a walk. Erdman going to look at the bottom 3 batters in the lineup, none of whom have a hit. And he's going to, in the words of Dennis Green, let him off the hook. Hit by pitch there. Let's look at Dexter's pitching stats. Comes into today. 16 innings pitched, second most on the team. 298 pitches thrown, second most on the team. Shout out to Abram Lee there at third base. 5 wins this season, 2 more than anybody else. There's a well-hit ball. Hibbing is going to scoop that for his 4th out of the game. your defensive outs so far today. Abram Lee with 1 defensive out today. Elijah Deerdorf with 2. Wyatt Hannipel with 2. Graydon Bancroft with 4. 3 by strikeout. And Hibbing busy at shortstop with 4. Foul off there. Erdman didn't start playing baseball till later. 11 or 12 years old, I think it was. I think what jump-started his career was a travel game where his team was in the Final Four. It went to extra innings, meaning you play California rules where you, start with 1 out and a runner on second? And Erdman was the batter, and he hit a double to the fence and helped Ames win, and proceeded to trip over a tennis net the next day and crack his kneecap, ending the season. But that awesome double carried him through the winter, brought him back to the team the next year, and he has been super steady ever since. Strike there from Erdman is going to get the strikeout of the batter. Bit inside, perhaps, but we all gotta go to the bathroom here. For Erdman, that was strikeout 15 on the season. And there's a foul ball. A top 10 stat of the year. Abram Lee, your team leader with 30 strikeouts. Exactly 50% of those strikeouts have been such a good third strike the batter didn't even swing at it. There's a ball hit to right field. Lucas Dressler zooms in, gets the out, and Ames is going to win this game 8-5 for win number 21 on the season. And actually, we may be still playing. Looks like we are. We're going to keep playing. Bathroom breaks, be darned. We'll take a break. Be right back. Now batting number 8, Elijah Deardorff. All right, we are back and at it here in the bottom of the 5th. Sorry for the miscommunication earlier. I just assumed it was a 5-inning game. Seems like they've all been 5 innings, but evidently we're going to keep it rolling. Elijah Deardorff, your batter here. I'm allowed to talk about his track successes once per game without Matt Burrell getting mad at me for repeating the same stuff. Deardorff missed state by 1 inch in the long jump this year. 24 boys go to state, so we're calling him the 25th best long jumper in the state. Looks at a strike there, so 2 balls, 1 strike.
And for somebody that might be listening that doesn't know anything about long jumping, is an inch significant? Is what separates first place from, say, 6th place in the finals?
It's a really good question, and I'm a B-plus expert on this. I would say usually the winner at state would win on average by 6 inches, and the difference from 2nd to 3rd is 3 inches, and then you start getting into the 1 or 2 inches per jumper. So, yeah, to be 1 inch off is really, 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 really close. Good enough to call him 25th best in the state. He did finish 8th grade ranked number 1 amongst middle school long jumpers. Next up, number 11, first baseman Grant Phillips. Matt, I made myself laugh out loud the other day. I was just driving around and I was recounting something. I forget who the batter was, but his number was 22. I think it was in Wednesday. It was Wednesday's game last week as Phillips fouls one off there. Might have been Zayden Loonsfoot was up to bat, and I was trying to say his name in Spanish, but I was hot and sweaty and tired, and I called it dos dos. Dos dos. All right, Grant Phillips at the plate here, and Elijah Deardorff, oh, get out of town. Man, when this baseball season is over, I just want to line up him, Chris Williams, Isaiah Lee, and Austin Neighbor, and Colin Smith, and we'll see. But that is fun to watch. All right, Grant Phillips, your batter. Grant owes his entire baseball career to me, his Little League baseball coach 10 years ago on the Grasshoppers. I actually have a picture of Grant in my office, Matt. Did you know that?
No idea.
Yep. He was a lot smaller back then.
Did the right officials know that you have that picture also?
Hey. The whole team picture's on there. Thanks for checking on him, though. That's the responsible adult thing to do.
Proper authorities? Okay. Good.
GP, as they call him. He is going to walk. Now batting number 10, Colton Hibbing. And we will have our 47th meeting at the mound. And we are going to have a pitching change. Fellas, I'm going to need to head back to work after this inning.
No, not allowed. No re-entry. No. Started the game, you got to finish it.
No pitching change? Oh, it is a new pitcher. All right, we'll give him some music.
Yes.
All right, here he is, number 10. They call him Fluff.
Not Floof.
Not Floof. Maybe that's what we should name his little brother. Colton Hibbing steps into the box. He's going to rip one. Foul. Elijah Deerdorf on second. Grant Phillips on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the fifth. Team leader batting average, Odin Morkin on deck. Hibbing looks at a ball low and away. You're thinking this is game 2 pitcher? Wondering who it would be. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sounds right. Hibbing is going to hit one deep to left. That'll be caught. Meanwhile, Deerdorf is going to advance to third. Next up, number 17, Odin Morkin. So Morkin steps into the box with Deerdorf on third and Phillips on first. Morkin again, team leader in batting average. Grant Phillips will get caught in a rundown as he is trying to help Deerdorf score. And nice job by Grant Phillips. He will take the sacrificial out as Deerdorf scores. Coach Metcalf applauds. I kind of like that play, you know, like hurries the game along a little bit. Also secures the win.
Trading out for a run almost any day.
Yeah, especially when you're up by a lot and it's hot out. So Odin Morkin with another hit. Morkin just continues to pile it on. Nice job by the 3T's Bats player. Now batting number 20, Lucas Dressler. You know, Matt, if Finn doesn't do football, you're going to miss out on getting to watch Luke Hill, the best kicker in Iowa.
I think they'll still let me into the game, even if Finn's not playing.
Only if you film it. Dressler pops one up there. Dressler 0 for 2 today with a walk and an RBI. Bancroft and Morkin, perfect days at the plate. Ball outside there. 5 hits today for the Little Cyclones. 2 from Bancroft, 1 from Erdman, 1 from Deerdorf, and 1 from Morkin. Morkin almost caught stealing there. Bancroft in line for a win today as Dressler fouls that one off. 90 pitches thrown by Bancroft today, 45 for strikes. I think that's 50%. Erdman 10 for 16 on strikes here so far, and Dressler's going to pop that one out to the center fielder, and we'll see what they want to do here.
Yeah, we would have quit.
What's going on?
They're going to hit, otherwise we would have stopped. Because we're the home team. We wouldn't have batted there. So we're playing another inning.
Okay.
Because otherwise we would not have hit there as the home team. So we're going back out the field again, even though the guys are a little slow taking the field.
Okay. But you guys think we're playing 7?
At this point, it's guaranteed 6, and I think by definition a full game is 7. So my guess is 7.
Somehow we're in our final doubleheader of the year, and this is the first time I'm putting together what you're saying. Like, I don't know why we would do a 3-hour game and a 1-hour game.
That's typically how it goes, but there's been many run-ruled games that have kind of, maybe that's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Here we go, top of 6. Little Cyclones lead. 9-5 your score. There is a chopper to Phillips, and he will 1 pitch, 1 down that one.
I don't need to go anywhere. I just like playing ball or watching.
Out number 16 today for Little Cyclones. Let's check your defense. We haven't looked at that for a while here.
Yeah. Different left fielder than originally. Other than that, everybody's the same.
Erdman on the mound, Broden Gray catching, Grant Phillips at first, Wyatt Hannibal at second, Abram Lee at third, Colton Hibbing at short, Nolan Castleberry in at left. The warm winter blanket, Elijah Deerdorf in center, and Lucas Dressler in right. There's a strike from Erdman. And Erdman going to give up a walk there. Erdman has given up the most walks on the team this year. That's number 14. There's a well-hit ball to center. Deerdorf under it. Deerdorf with the out. Throws it right in. That's number 3 for Elijah. Deerdorf getting some action out there.
Fielders in.
Broden Gray with a nice frame there. Strike called. Beautiful pitch from Erdman, fouled off. Number 19, the batter today, 0 for 2. Ames hoping he goes 0 for 3. Good encouragement from winter coach Brent Hannipol in the stands. Says, real close. And that is going to be hit in the direction of Abram Lee, who fields it cleanly but cannot convert the throw to first. Nice athletic play by Phillips to keep it in play, but pulls Phillips way off the base. And Ames, Little Cyclones with their 5th error defensively. They still lead 9-5 and have only lost 3 times this year. Batter number 18 steps into the box. Again, Ottumwa's only had 3 hits today, as there is a blooper up the middle and a beautiful play from Elijah Deerdorf as he charges hard and throws a frozen rope home. That was hit number 4 for Ottumwa. And, yeah, I don't want to jinx us at all, but I have to call it like I see it. The next 3 batters are a combined 0 for 7. I can't help it. That ball is fouled off there. Erdman, as far back as I can recall, he will pitch strikes. That's going to be a grounder to Hibbing. It jumps up on him, and that might be an error, will be an error. Run scores for Ottumwa, makes it 9-6. Base is still loaded. There's going to be a pop fly, and Phillips under it is going to be able to snag it, get out of the inning. Just 1 run allowed. Ames leads 9-6. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Okay, we're back. Bottom of 6. Little Cyclones lead 9-6. It's been a field goal game so far. Lee team leader in strikeouts when he's on the mound. He's going to rip one foul. That's the third such hit the Cyclones have had here the last 4 batters. Lee 0 for 2 today with a walk. Did score a run that time he got on the base. Going to foul that one off. No return of Chris Williams. He must have heard me talking about that above 750 on base percent and thought, oof, don't want to jeopardize that. There's a hard hit ball. That's going to get past the third baseman. Nice job by Abram. And Little Cyclones will have their leadoff runner aboard. Next up, number 15, Nolan Castleberry. So what is the run rule after 5? Is it 8? 10. So Little Cyclones need to score 7 here. I'm not going to lie, Matt. Tropical Smoothie is calling my name. There's this.
You and everybody else here.
I thought you were going to say me and every other teenage girl out there, but thanks for affirming my food selection. We do appreciate the services of Mr. Burrell and Mr. Dorn. I know my son had a very unusual day with just 1 hour of commitments yesterday, and I caught him at the computer, and he was just watching like 2022 travel baseball random game. So you forget that some of these guys, they can always, I mean, for the rest of their life, they can go back and watch these games, you know, on their honeymoons, on
Playing at their retirement party from their future career, yeah.
Well, they actually said that General George Patton, he went on his honeymoon, and I guess his wife complained because all he was doing was reading war books. That was on my bingo card today to try to get George Patton in on the broadcast. Not going to lie. Next up, number 6, Dexter Erdman.
We had a Waterloo East game go to 7 innings earlier this season, the first series, and a Fort Dodge game go to 7 innings.
And that's been it.
And I think that's all I can find for JV1.
Was Waterloo East the one I was at last week? Was that last Wednesday or earlier in the season? It was here.
First time we played them, they were here.
Okay. Erdman gets hit in the kidneys. Next up, number 13, second baseman, Wyatt Hannipol. So Erdman hit by pitch. Let's play a game here. We got bases loaded. Who do you guys think has been hit by pitch the most this year?
Roden.
Wow. Oh, okay. We might need to do number 2 on the team or something here. Hit by pitch. Ooh, it's tied. Now, the person Broden is tied with has half. So you are correct. It's by a mile. But Broden Gray is tied with Chris Williams. That's how you get a 750 on base percent, getting hit by a pitch all the time. So Hannipol going to put that one in play. That'll fall between first and second. It's rolling, it's rolling, it's rolling. Hannipol will have an easy double, and it'll score 2 and make it 3 for Hannipol as he clears the bases. Nice job by Wyatt. 3 RBIs for Hannipol brings up number 12, Broden Gray. Let's check your RBI leaderboard. Ooh, we have drama. Coming into today, we had a tie between Burrell and Bancroft and Abram Lee at 14. Hannipol was right behind him at 13. He's going to shoot up to 16. He might be the RBI leader. Hashtag Clutch City. Broden Gray looks at a strike there. On deck, the always dirty baseball uniform, Elijah Deerdorf. This third baseman from Ottumwa, he is fantastic. And a nice play there by Ottumwa to get Gray out. And this will bring up. Next up, number 8, Elijah Deerdorf. So 1 out here. Bottom of 6. Deerdorf, room to run. Sounds like a country song by the Dixie Chicks. Hannipol on third. Strike called. Seth, Matt, and I were at the Ames High versus Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln game, and the umpire was getting heckled for how many strikes he called on the outside part of the plate. But what was interesting is that his right foot, he was lined up very similar to this umpire, where he was like heavily shaded to the left of the catcher, and it was just obvious from a vision standpoint that he wasn't seeing that part of the plate. And congratulations to Elijah's older sister, Natalia, on her track success as well as academic success this year. Deerdorf looks at a strike, and he will be down. Next up, double ones, Grant Phillips. Academic All-State team announced for the Ames track and field team: Natalia Deerdorf, Meredith Franzen, Brenna Van Cleve, Angelica Addinger, your 4 ladies. As Phillips looks at a strike there, Drew Vanderwilt and Andrew Anderson, your 2 dudes. Academic All-State, Ames High Track and Field 2026. Congrats to those guys. Phillips is going to foul that one off. So JV will close out the season at Fort Dodge tomorrow. Mason City.
Mason City tomorrow, and then Urbandale next week. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Mason City tomorrow, Des Moines East Friday.
There's JV? JV on Friday?
JV. No, sorry, I thought you said varsity. I
think JV closes it out tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Then there's varsity reserve at Urbandale on Tuesday.
Okay. Phillips flies out and will play the top of the 7th and then go to Tropical Smoothie. Ames extends their lead, having scored in every single inning, to 12-6. We're just talking in the break. 2 of the 3 losses have been at home, one on the road. Still probably a better win percentage at home just because of how many games have been here. Top of 7. Little Cyclones doubling up. The Bulldogs 12-6. There is a well-hit ball that will make it to the fence. And the throw from Deerdorf misses shortstop and third baseman. Erdman all the way over to back up the third baseman there. Maybe best hit of the day for either team. Bancroft had that double to the toe of the outfield, right field fence.
This game was the second game when
we're looking at the Tuesday, June 2 game here. Tell me what you're seeing, Matt.
This was one of the losses, right? The second game versus Mason City. We had a time problem there, right, because of the varsity game afterwards. So at the end of 4 complete innings, Ames was up 2-1, right? Then we started the 5th inning. Mason City put up 5 runs, and you never end a game with the home team not getting to bat. The home team didn't get to bat. They called the game, and so this is not.
That's one of the 3 losses.
One of the 3 losses that is not it's not a real loss. I would say I don't know what the right accounting term is, but I'd roll it back to the score after 4 complete innings.
So technically, Ames has only lost twice at the JV1 level, and that was both at home.
No, one was
at Dowling,
yeah.
And then one was at home versus Indianola.
Yeah,
and then they went down to Indianola and got both those back here recently. So the only school they will end the season with a losing record against is Dowling. Right. Elijah Deerdorf back. That one's going to make it to the warning track. And Hibbing will throw home just a bit offline. And Ottumwa is going to score one. Here in the 7th, still nobody out. 2 hits for Ottumwa to the warning track to start the 7th. Ball in the dirt there. Ball outside. Batter number 7 for Ottumwa. 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Pickoff attempt there by Erdman to no avail. That hit to the fence there for the first batter of the inning. That was his first hit of the game. Strike in the upper outside part of the plate there for Erdman. Nice going. Cell phone down to 5% battery. That's how long of a game it's been. 2 hours, 33 minutes. Sure. You got some extra juice there, Seth? Thank you, sir. I actually have one at my office. But no, that's great. So the third batter for Ottumwa, wearing number 7, he's going to walk to first. Base runner, leadoff batter for Ottumwa, number 25, steals third. We're going to have a meeting on the mound here. Coach Metcalf telling Dexter that the brats and hot dogs are getting cold. He would really like to have a bite to eat. Ooh, we're going to have a pitching change. Okay, we'll take a break. Be right back. Okay, a little bit of theater for you here in the top of the 7th. Max Vogel on to pitch for the Little Cyclones. Max, one of 3 players who had borderline season-ending injuries. Carson Howard and Max Martin, the others. It was a bad year to be Max, wasn't it, Seth? Max Vogel, Max Martin, both in some trouble, injury-wise, health-wise, but both on the mend. Great to be young, and everybody happy to see Mr. Vogel back on the bump here for the Little Cyclones. Runners on the corner as Vogel zooms one in for a strike there. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Top of 7. Ottumwa's already scored 1 run, makes it 12-7. Again, Little Cyclones 20-3 at the JV1 level this year, and one of those losses was not technically a loss, so very, very, very common for them to win. And Vogel looking great out there. Even his jersey looks fresh and white and all that. So top to bottom, Ames doing great this year. 16-17 record for the varsity. And JV2 16-10. 22 games above 500 across all 3 programs. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. And that one just a stitch high. Going to walk the batter. and load the bases for Ottumwa, who has the tying run on deck now. Big swing and a miss there as Vogel slaps the leg. We have seen a run in all but 2 of the 13 frames. Vogel zooms that one by, way ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Crowd into it as the comeback story begins here for Vogel. Tries a curve. Nice job by Broden Gray keeping that one in play. Colton Hibbing, Graydon Bancroft, your outs leaders so far, each with 4 today. Deerdorf with 3. Time called. That ball on the outside part of the plate misses just barely. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. And there's the strikeout for Vogel. One down, top of 7. Little Cyclones 2 outs away from win number 21. There's a strike. Vogel very animated on the mound there. Ball high. Again, we want to thank Matt Burrell for getting here early, putting up all these cameras for your viewing pleasure. Seth Dorn running the scoreboard here. Sarah Bancroft on site, medical doctor trainer. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of 7, bases loaded, full of Bulldogs. That ball high. A walk here would bring the tying run to the plate. Ottumwa has already sent 2 to the warning track. And that's going to be a bloop single. Deerdorf times it well. Zooms it in. Nice job by Phillips coming over there to cut down the relay. Another run scores for Ottumwa. And 12-8 your score. That ball just misses low. And that's going to be a hit up the middle. Fielded by Deerdorf, who's been very busy today. And 12-9 your score. The go-ahead run comes to the plate. Beautiful pitch from Vogel there. A curveball in for a strike. This batter for Ottumwa 0 for 2 today with a walk. Strike 2. Above average hustle from Broden Gray today at catcher, in my opinion. Vogel pounding his his left quad. It was a knee injury, though? It was a knee injury. There's a second strikeout for Vogel as he's pumped second of the frame. And this will bring up to the plate batter for Ottumwa, who is 0 for 4 today. Again, tying run on first, bases loaded, 2 outs. Wednesday, July 1. Happy 4th, happy 250th birthday to America. Where were you when the Independence Declaration of Independence was signed, Matt?
I think I was setting up cameras here.
Oh, right, yeah. That's the funniest joke you've told all year. And a beautiful pitch from Vogel. We are 1 strike away. As he's excited, his dad yells out from the stands, finish. Vogel ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. This is right where you want to be. Big day for him. No matter how fast your body recovers as a young person, it's still scary and stinks to miss exercise, miss playing time, not be included with the guys like you want to be. Oh, and they're going to chase the base runner at third, who gets Vogel to bite, and that'll bring in run number 10 for Ottumwa. Now the tying run is in scoring position. But still 2 strikes on the batter, who is 0 for 4 today. We got a time called. So a drop third strike. But you're saying we lost that with the overthrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
His
Yep.
first is open.
Yep. So if the bases were loaded and the catcher dropped the third strike, he could just pick it up and step on first. But now if he drops the third on home, now if he drops the third strike, he's got to throw down to first, which if that goes over Phillips' head, the runner from second's obviously going to score. And at that point, we'd have ourselves a tie game. And Vogel does get the strikeout, and Ames gets the win, 12-10. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next time.